birthday project pan, which is 40 by 40. This is my own project pan, which a few people have joined in with. Teacher Incognito is doing her updates on Instagram. I will link her Instagram for you down below if you want to check her out. She is a great supporter of my channel, and she makes me giggle sometimes with some of the things she comes out with. But yeah, she decided to join in for her birthday this year, so yeah, so happy that she joined in. This is a project pan where I decided I was going to give myself the challenge of using up entirely, completely out of my collection 40 makeup products, makeup only, no skincare or hair care, out of my collection by the time I turn 40 in November this year. My God, the clock is ticking. So we do have some more empties this month, so I am really happy with that. So the first empty I want to talk about is my Evelyn Iona Green Tea Primer. This is a Prep and Protect Vegan Primer. This primer is really oily. I didn't notice it, well, I kept thinking it was maybe gone off because it looked like it was separating when I was applying it to my face, but it never broke me out. It didn't smell funny. So I carried on using it, and it wasn't until like I was at the last dregs of it and I decanted it into a little pot, which I generally do with most of my creams, to make sure that I get the most out of them, that I realised it wasn't separating. It was little tiny oil droplets like on the top of the cream. So it was like a white cream, but it had like oil in it, if you know what I mean. And it wasn't then till then that I looked at the ingredients, and it contains jojoba oil, jojoba wax, rice starch, avocado oil, fruit oil, Rosa Canina fruit oil. There's an awful lot of like oils in this primer. So if you've got oily skin, I don't think this is going to be one that you're going to enjoy. I got this in a glossy box. I think so. I think it was a glossy box. So if you've got oily skin, I can't imagine you enjoying this one. Luckily for me, it did arrive to me half empty, so it didn't take me too long to use up. I was here at the last update, and now it's all gone. So very glad from that one. It was not something I would repurchase. The next one, you probably saw this in my year's worth of empties. I did finish my collection Illuminating Touch foundation. This was in porcelain. Yes, I cleaned out the bottle. I was scraping it out, and I just wanted to see like if it truly was a frosted glass bottle, and it is. It's a beautiful, like, proper frosted glass, beautiful packaging. So yeah, completely used all of that up. And then another set of primer and foundation that I used up was the Estee Lauder double. I had the Illuminating primer in here. Now I must admit, I'm not one for like, oh, I like that primer, I've got to go out and get it. But I really like this primer. It was really nice. It was like, I can see it here in the bottle. I don't know if my camera will pick it up or not, but it does really have this like illuminating, highlighting sort of like, it's like a cream highlighter basically. But it was really nice, especially when I wore it under this, which was the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. It is what I have on my face today. I used the last of it this morning. There is some around the sides, but unlike the Illuminating collection, I scraped as much as I could out of it. Yeah, I'm not about to go and drag it all out. It was only a sample anyway. But yeah, completely, it's not enough to make another full face in there anyhow. So yeah, I used those two up as well. I really do like that foundation. That foundation, I put it on one day, and when I went to go take my makeup off about half 11, 12 o'clock at night, my skin still looked flawless. My foundation looked flawless. I'm used to my foundation breaking up on my face, not lasting the full day, to me getting to the point where I remember to take off my makeup, and my makeup makes me look haggard like an old lady. That Estee Lauder double wear, I can see why it is people's holy grail, because it was still looking as fresh as the moment I applied it at half 11, 12 o'clock at night. Amazing. I would definitely repurchase the full size of that. I'm in shade Ecru. I would definitely repurchase a full size of that for those Christmas days, birthdays, events out, days out sort of trips and things like that, where I want to know that my makeup is going to last for a while because I'm going out and I need it to stay flawless. Would definitely repurchase it. But it is an expensive foundation for me personally, for my personal budget. So I would probably wait for when Debenhams do their sale or their money off, or, you know, wait until I've got some credit built up on my beauty club card and then go purchase it. It'll be more within my price range then. So that is that. And then, yes, I finished up my Benefit High Beam. This was, again, a liquid illuminator. And I mixed this in with my day cream. That's how I used it up. Just so I had a bit of a glowy skin when I applied my moisturiser. So that was that. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empties this month. So happy and chuffed with myself. So let's have a look at what I do have left. So this is a depotted cream blush from Makeup Revolution. It's all smushed down there in the bottom. I do struggle to wear this because it does end up looking really bright on my cheeks. But I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and they had a suggestion that applying a cream blush before your foundation, especially if the blush is too strong for your colouring, apply it before your foundation, and you will still get some of that peeping through the foundation, but it won't be as strong, but you can still use it up. So I'm going to attempt to use it that way. I forgot to do it today, but I will attempt it from now on. The next item is my Franken Polish. This is an Essence Gel Polish in Frozen Kiss, but I mixed it with Nails Ink Tate Polish. It is what I have on my nails today. So the original colour was this shade here, and then I added a red to it and it turned into this beautiful pink, and I am now down to here. So I will mark it when I finish the update. It's getting thick and gloopy, so I'm thinking that I might purchase a nail polish thinner and see what that does. If it doesn't thin it out a little bit, I might have to just declutter this, because it's getting so thick and gloopy now that applying it is really, really like, it's like putting sludge on my nails. It's so thick. So so yeah, I'm going to attempt to get some nail polish thinner and thin this out a little bit. But yeah, because I do want to finish it. It is a beautiful colour. I absolutely love the colour that it's created. But yeah, so that is that. Now this next item, I want to call it finished for this update. It is my Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Creme de Rose. I am going to call this done, really, for this project. But it's not quite. I mean, look, that tiny, tiny little bit right there in the centre. Like, that is one more use. That is tomorrow, really. So I am going to call this as an empty for this update as well. However, there is one more use in it. there's one more use. I mean, what can I do? I could have pretended that I'd finished this and just took that bit and thrown it in the bin, but I'm not going to waste it because I love this colour tattoo. I love this for using as a base for my eyeshadows. I'm going to miss this little sucker when it goes. And I might even consider repurchasing it, or I might try, there's another one in Breathless, I think, or something similar, that I might try as a base. So yeah, I love this and I'm going to miss it because I really enjoyed using it as my eye base. But one more use left. Okay, so then we have the Frat Boy by The Balm. This is a blush or eyeshadow sample, and that is how much I have left. So the pan is definitely expanding. As I say, this isn't about hitting pan, it's about getting it completely out of my collection. I want to finish this up entirely. I've had to change the brush that I use to get this out, because obviously my big brush that I was using previously is now too big. It's not catching the product at the side, so I'm using a smaller brush now, and yeah, I should imagine this to be finished pretty soon. I then have my e.l.f. brow pencil, and I have marked it here on the lid, and so I can show you progress. So that is where I am now, if you can see. So just below that line now. I use this every time I do my brows. And it is real slow going. Never realised how slow it takes to use up a brow pencil. So I will only ever have one brow pencil in my collection at a time, because that is all I need. The next item is this Revolution bronzer. I did repress it just because it kept going hard pan on me. So I repressed it, and I love this shade. I don't get much payoff, colour payoff. I've got to build it up a bit. So it's that kind of bronzy shade there. So yeah, it keeps going. And then the last item in this project pan, I will be rolling some new items in, but this I'm kind of disappointed with. This is my Urban Decay Vice lipstick sample in 714. Now I put this in because I thought, what a great time, December, to be wearing a red lipstick. It's Christmas, you know. If you can't rock a red lip at Christmas, when can you? Now I did wear it a couple of times and I loved it. I questioned whether this or Ruby Woo was the best red lipstick for Christmas, and I'm still undecided. I've only worn this a couple of times. I think I need to dig out Ruby Woo and this, and then do like a comparison side by side. But still undecided on whether Ruby Woo by MAC is better or not as good as 714 by Urban Decay. But they're very similar, I would say, but this isn't as matte as Ruby Woo. I did love this, I just haven't finished it, and I was planning on finishing one of these at least per month. So I'm a little bit disappointed with myself that I didn't get this done, but I was at the end of my lip service project pan for 2018, and I had one lipstick left that had just a little nubbin of product left, and I knew that if I just focused in on that one, I could get it done by the end of December, which I did do. So I was really chuffed with myself for that. So unfortunately, the Urban Decay sample got kind of pushed aside while I worked on a different lipstick that I was absolutely determined to finish by the end of 2018, which I did succeed in doing. So there's some dismay about not getting the Urban Decay one done, but it's replaced by the joy of knowing that I got a full lipstick out of my collection. because the other lipstick I was working on was a full size. So I'd rather have the sample in my collection than the full size lipstick. Do you know what I mean? So, so yeah, that was it. Anyway, despite that, that disappointment in the Urban Decay sample, I did have 5 empties, plus a almost there, which I'm calling empty because tomorrow that will be done. So I'm going to bring in some more products to the project pan. So I have them here. So the first item is another primer. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base Primer. So it is one of those silicone based. I am up to here right now, so not too much left to go. So I do want to try and move this out of my collection. I love this this primer. It really does allow my foundation to sit nicely on my face. Yeah, I really do like this one. So can't wait to start using that up. The next item is going to kind of replace my Maybelline colour tattoo for my eye base, and so I'm going to be bringing in my Benefit Boeing Airbrush concealer. Now this is in the shade number 1. It is a little pot and it's just that much there. There's a bit of a dent in it where I have previously used some of it up. And basically I try to use this as a concealer under my eyes. It didn't work very well, and creased on me, so I didn't like that. But I'm going to try and use it as an eye base, because I did use it for a while as an eye base and it worked really nicely. So, and it didn't crease then, so I'm hoping that I can start using this as my eye base because the Maybelline colour tattoo has now practically finished. So I'm going to bring that in. And then to set that eye base, I'm bringing in my Wet n Wild Brulee. I don't know why I call it Creme Brulee. Oh, because it's in the French. But this is the Wet n Wild single in Brulee, or Creme Brulee, whichever one you want to call it. As you can see, I have hit some pan. But the goal is to use this up completely, take it out of my collection. This is great for setting your eye base. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy using this. I don't have a powder at the moment that I'm using to set my eye base, since using up the Essence powder I was using. So this is going to be great. I have used it today and it worked lovely. And then the final item that I'm bringing into this project pan this month is this. This is the Givenchy Le Rouge Perfecto. It is a lip balm, and there wasn't much in it, but there is only this much left of this. So I thought, great time to bring it into this project pan to get this little thing finished off. This was one of the Debenhams Beauty Club. No, it wasn't. I got this. Did I get it as a beauty club? I got it as a free sample. But yeah, so there's only that much left. It is a gorgeous lip balm. The thing with this is it feels plastic. When you first start using it, when it was brand new, I honestly felt like this looked like children's play makeup. You know how when you were a kid, your mum would buy you pretend makeup and the lipstick was plastic. So you would be like this with your lipstick, but it was plastic, so it never actually had any colour on it. Nothing was real. That's what I felt like this was at first. So I was a little bit hesitant about using it, and then I started using it and it was like, actually this is a really nice lip balm. I wouldn't pay the price for the full size. It is just a lip balm, but it's a nice lip balm, so I want to get that used up completely. So that is it. That is my 40 by 40 project pan update for you for January. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.